Hey y'all, how you doing? It's been a long time and I apologize because it's been quite a lot going on in our lives here. But welcome back to the Dynamic Mother-Daughter Duo channel. I'm Christina, the daughter of the duo, and today I wanted to talk to you guys about some recent issues that have been really blowing my mind. And today I want to talk to you guys about this new thing I guess coming up in the world of insecure little people, and that, my friends, is called transracial. That's right, transracial. You're probably, if for those of you who don't know what that means, basically, or transrace, it is basically people who feel like they've been born as the wrong racial identity and therefore go on to identify themselves as a different race that they identify closer to. So for an example, let's say we have a white male, obviously born that way, but he instead says that he is Asian because he connects better to the Asian culture, and Asian race as a whole. This is real, guys. There are already like stories on this, and this is real. I'm still in as much shock as you are, because this is the next level of insanity, if you ask me. I don't understand what's wrong with these, progressive liberal people who just seem to be so uncomfortable with their biological makeup. You know what I mean? I mean, first, I guess, I don't know what came first, but we had transgender or transsexual, or I guess it'd be transgender. First we had the whole transgender thing where it's like, I don't feel like I belong. I'm a man in a woman's body and I just gotta free myself, so I am now a woman. You have that nonsense going on, and now you have transracial, which is the biggest joke if you ask me, because my first question is, for the thing that I think is crazy is that these people are actually being seriously listened to and are actually receiving sympathy. They're like, oh, yeah, there's people, most famous, I think, in the mainstream right now is Rachel Dolezal, who is a white woman who has fully convinced herself and even written a book about her experience as a black person trapped in a white body. And now, don't get me wrong, I don't care, for people who just appreciate other people's cultures. I think cultural appropriation is a myth. By the way, I don't know where the SJWs are screaming about cultural appropriation about this whole situation. I mean, all of a sudden you put trans in front of something and now it's validated. Are you kidding me? But I don't know where those guys are. I mean, where's all the outrage that, these social justice warriors come out with like, oh, you're stealing from the black people's culture if you put your hair in braids and you listen to hip hop and you dress a certain way and you want to look like a black person. America loves black culture, but they don't love the black people, so I'm wondering, and that goes for, they have so much cultural appropriation arguments for all kinds of cultures, like Native Americans, Hispanics, Asians, black people, all so on and so forth. So I have been waiting for their response on all this, and I haven't seen any yet. Only thing I've seen has been sympathy for these other people, these transracial people. So come on, guys, get on your game here. I thought this was all that you were fighting about. Hello. Anyways, where was I? So I don't mind at all if you are of one race and you appreciate a culture outside of your ethnicity. Personally, I'm a mixed race person. I'm part black, part white, proud of both sides of me, and I like Asian culture. As you can tell by like the screen here, and I have all kinds of, Asian, art pieces and whatnot, and I appreciate that. I like that culture. I also like Native Americans because I think that, their culture and their views on, nature and things like that is just something really beautiful. So basically what I'm saying is, where does it end? That's my question. Okay, so you have now transracial people. I mean, where do we go from here? Honestly, I mean, I'm pretty sure it won't be long until we have people that are like trans species. They don't believe that they're human. They feel like that they're an animal in a human body, that they're really a wolf, but they're, a woman. So they're a wolf trapped in a woman's body or something crazy like that. Or like, I'm a tree trapped in this carnal flesh and I need to reconnect, so I'm going to, I don't know, dig myself 6 feet underground and maybe that's a better place. I'm just kidding, that's really mean. But really, where does it end? I mean, people, we have to ask ourselves, what are they trying to gain out of this whole, what are these liberal progressive people? I mean, honestly, with this whole transracial thing going on, I think that, at least for myself, I have personally lost any shred of respect I had for any trans identifying person is now gone, because now I really see that this is not just some thing that we need to sympathize with and, help somebody to transition into to find their true identity. No, this is something much, much like smaller than that. Honestly, this is just, if you have someone who is, and it's funny too, because these have mostly been stories of like white people. Now, if you look at our government and our Western culture, there's so much babying on the behalf of like ethnicities outside of Caucasians. So if you're Hispanic or Black or African American, whatever, anything else basically other than white, there is so much, you get so many benefits, you get added benefits, you get incentives, you get, freaking, if you're going to school or anything, I don't know, you just get, more respected, people tend to not want to piss you off or anything. And I really feel like that this is just, and we see a lot of stories too coming out with, trans women or who are, men that have changed, who now identify as a woman. Now you have these people who are, taking advantage of women in sports, all these female sports are being dominated by trans women because apparently now it's cool and trendy to let men basically compete with women. That's not fair. That's not fair at all. And now you have these transracial people that are claiming that I'm Black, I'm Asian, and all of a sudden they want to be treated as such. That's not right. I mean, that in the end, if you really claim that that is who a Black person is or who a white person is, I mean, they're only doing that just to exploit whatever the other side of the fence has, as I like to put it. Over, like, you have a fence here, and here's, this is a fence of, you don't know what the other side really has, and then you have these white people that are, and okay, let me just say this first, because I'm not bashing on white people. I love white people. I love all races. I just hate ignorant assholes who try to, become opportunistic and be so selfish as to, come up with these kind of ridiculous kind of things in order to get their way around. I don't like that. That doesn't ride with me. As far as any other races, I'm cool with you no matter what. So just don't be a jerk. Don't be selfish. Don't be a likable, respectable person. I will listen to you and I will most likely end up liking you. I don't really hate people so much. So, but these kind of people get on my nerves. These transracial people. I mean, how insecure do you have to be? And how much are you trying to gain by claiming another person's, whole, just trying take something that is totally not yours and make it and force it onto you. If you were to take that in any other circumstance, that would be theft, that would be rape, that would definitely be a crime of any sort, really. So why does that make it okay then for, like, why is it so trendy and cool and okay all of a sudden to give these people sympathy and give them recognition for being normal people? They're not normal. They're freaking, they're basically stealing what is never properly theirs, and they're avoiding their own identity and becoming their own person. They're not taking responsibility. They're just taking advantage of, they're like, damn, I like this culture better because I don't think I have any, or I'm not proud of it, or I don't know. I mean, do I look like a transracial person to you? No. I don't know exactly how they think, but, I'm assuming that they're trying to, and they won't say, like I said, I said this in one of my previous videos about, Satan's mind tricks and how Satan uses people to do his will. Now, they may do evil things and they won't say outright, that this is really what they're doing, but this is all like subconscious. This is like kind of like the motive, and they're totally taking advantage of other people and other, they're just taking advantage of whatever is around them and whatever is easy. I mean, at this point, especially on the progressive liberal side, they basically excuse any and everything if you say that it's a mental illness, that you were born with it and this was subjected onto you and you have no control and you are miserable. You are excused for any sort of behavior. So I don't understand, one, when is this supposed to end? Two, what are you really trying to gain out of this? And three, why is this getting respect? And why is this not being recognized as a serious problem? Because people who claim to be this way, anything outside of like their identity as what they've been born with, I mean, why do they have such a problem with their biology? It's science. It's your DNA. You were created that way for a reason. And the more that you negate that or try to fight with it and wrestle it, the more miserable you're going to be. I mean, that's just common sense. That's just putting two and two together. I'm not any special prophet or anything. I'm just stating the obvious here. So you tell me, why are y'all so insecure about who you really are and what you are? I mean, is it you? What is it? Really? I mean, why do you decide this all of a sudden and you put yourself through all this crap just so that you can, are you looking for attention? Is that what you want? Are you trying to get money? Are you trying to, play off of people's good feelings? What's going on here? So anyways, I think that these are serious questions that the rest of us society really needs to ask, because no one's asking these questions. I mean, I know that they probably are. I know people are asking, when is this going to stop? Because this is getting ridiculous here. And no one's going to start respecting you. But why is it so uncool to be comfortable in your own skin? What's wrong with that? To identify as what you've been created as. I'm Christina Ellenson. I am a half black, half white woman. Actually, a little more white than black, to be honest. And I am muscular. You see me, I have broad shoulders. I rock it. I don't mind. I don't care. But why is that so hard? And maybe it sounds judgmental of me, but really, I think that we need to start asking the questions. Why are people using this as a cop-out all of a sudden, instead of where are they going wrong with their own identity? Why don't they just accept who they are? Why do they have to have this whole show and dance to accept this false image identity of themselves, when really they just need to, it's really simple, guys. It's really simple. Just, who you are, who you're created as, is nothing to be ashamed of. Whoever told you whatever experiences you had doesn't matter. You don't need to be ashamed of what you've been created as. And that's the way God designed it. God didn't design any fear or shame. That was brought upon by the archangel. That was brought upon by, you know, Lucifer when he fell in the garden and brought shame and fear to Adam and Eve when he caused them to fall. That was all his doing. Fear and shame and guilt and regret are all they're impure feelings, none of which should exist, but unfortunately they do. That's reality. And here we are now, so we got to deal with them. So people, let's start asking these serious questions. What's really going on? And I'll talk to you guys soon. Thanks for watching. Hope to see you again. Please subscribe if you liked, or give a thumbs up. We really appreciate that. And tune in next time. Peace. This is Christina. Have a great day.